Oh yes.
Yeah,
All
nice
throughout
way
my
to
city.
start. Nice way of starting off the goddamn thing, dickhead. It's just like okay. So here's the thing. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like a lot of these games they're pissing me off nowadays. Like I hate fan. Okay, okay. I'm gonna drop this whole act of being a dickhead. But like what group has really annoyed you? To be honest.
Ooh,
Uh,
Animal Crossing. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about the same things. And then this
Are
is
oh, I
like,
get
fucking
that.
boomer,
I get
dude.
that.
dude,
I
let,
get
let
that.
me let me explain myself. Let me explain myself. Every day I scroll through my Twitter feed and it's the same five jokes. Oh, you know, like Tom Nook, you bad person. Oh, this that, and
No.
you know, I got people in
I
real
mean, that's
life.
just Twitter
I got
culture.
people.
That's Twitter culture to
I
begin
hate
with.
I hate Twitter
Miles,
too, but like
that is the
I have people in real life telling me to like buy a Switch just for Animal Crossing to dump hundreds of dollars on a brand new console so I can build bridges.
okay.
Look,
Animal Crossing is a good game, but I wouldn't say just buy a Switch just for
Yeah,
Animal
that's what I'm
Crossing.
saying, man. Like
yeah,
I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything, and I'm not saying anything like that. It's just from what I've seen,
I just
it's either like
oh
annoying Twitter shit or
yeah.
people telling me like to
Yeah, but
dump
like
money on it.
that's mostly just Twitter culture to begin with. I really am annoyed always by Twitter culture, but like
I have
even
no
though
idea why people
I
still use
partake
the
into
app.
that shit and I hate myself for constantly doing that and I don't know why I keep that's why I'm like honestly at this point I'm close to deleting my Twitter account and just restarting from anew because I just constantly get into fights and dumb shit that I shouldn't be and most people are probably gonna find out years later and be like, hey yo, this guy said this big no in the past. And if that's the case, well, then I'm fucked. But I hope that happens when I'm like an old man, so I can at least be like, yeah, well, I fucked up, but you know,
I
LMAO,
don't
fuck
think.
y'all, and I die.
I see I use like a different email account than I do use for like my professional shit,
Well,
and
I
like
use different stuff for like a lot of things, but like
yeah, I have like 80 email accounts.
yeah, but like that thing about Animal Crossing though, like I love the game, I play it, it's really good, and you know what? Since I can't go outside because of this, you know, whole quarantine bullshit, I just kind of chill here and just like play this game because it's a good time killer. Like okay, I'd say right now don't buy the Switch just for that because that's not a good game to buy the Switch for. I'd say go buy it for like something like Mario Odyssey because like
Yeah,
that's an
I just
exclusive.
there's
No,
just
I
no
would say
Switch
Breath of the Wild
exclusives.
more
Yeah,
because like
go buy your. You know
Mario
Oh,
what?
Breath of the
Odyssey,
Wild.
Breath of the
Oh,
Wild. Yeah, yeah, dude, you're gonna have a
because
great
Mario
time with that one.
Odyssey is like
because like
Odyssey is a pretty short game.
I'm
It's a
gonna be with you
short
like
game, but
this.
it's fun, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun, but
the thing with the
like after a
Switch,
while,
the thing with the Switch for me is like, I like aside from Breath of the Wild, because that one actually looks legitimately interesting to me. But aside from that, the only games I can see myself playing that are Switch exclusives are like party games like Smash and like and Mario Party. Like, and I wouldn't be playing those games by
Holy
myself.
shit, dude! I mean, don't play Mario Party nowadays because it's not the same as like it was back then. Because since like Hudson, the original people that like worked on the game, pretty much were bought out by Konami, and you know Konami's being really greedy with their fucking properties and a lot of stuff, and even like people who
Ko-
work with shit. And now
Konami are
Konami are just they're just the evil corporation. Like they're just another evil
like at
corporation like
this point.
fucking EA. And like I get it, you know, the joke of corporation bad, but it's like here's the
I'm so
thing. They're annoying. They're like legitimately one of the worst because it's like you have a
let's take
million
Metal
properties.
Gear.
There's like a million fucking properties that you guys love, and yet you do nothing with them.
I'm
Let's
still
take
salty over
Metal
PT.
Gear and let's make it bad.
No, let's take
I'm
Metal Gear and just slap fucking zombies on it as if like ignoring the fact that like that's nothing Metal Gear related. And I get you, and I get you're gonna hit me with the but it's a spin-off. Yeah, it's a spin-off, but it's a spin-off with like a bunch of
It's
bullshit.
not a fucking spin-off, it's a fucking gay-ass game, I hate that shit.
They
We
like try
talking
to
about Survive?
here's the weird thing though, it's like they try to
Yeah.
incorporate it as like being something that's a part of five itself, but like how? Because at that point it's really fucking with the goddamn
If
like
Kojima didn't say okay, I am not okay.
I mean
Literally taking characters and then throwing them in a portal and transporting them into zombie world is something I did when I was a kid playing with action figures.
yeah,
Like
that's like little. I think that's
that's
like 90% of like a lot of plots, and it's honestly fucking pathetic. But like, the funny thing is like I honestly look at this and I just kind of sit there and I'm like, y'all, God, I hate you for saying that, but like, all of you have a bunch of fucking like writers and dudes and shit, and the first thing you think of is let's do a fanfic. And it's like, and to begin with, stop with Metal Gear. I love Metal Gear, but like, put that shit to rest, because like 4 was supposed to be the penultimate. Then 5 came around. I was like, you know what? It's not my favorite. It's not that good, but the gameplay is pretty fun. And like, whatever. I guess it explains a couple of things. I'm not gonna say anything, even though it's a really old game. I'm not gonna spoil it for those. But like, the thing is, it's annoying. Is it's just like.
Snake dies.
Oh, shut up. Anyways, the thing that's so annoying, though, is just, like, the fact that, like, holy shit, man, like, this is just, oh my god. Like, they canceled fucking PT.
I'm so salty over that, my man, but, like...
They canceled PT and then they slapped fucking Metal Gear. Doesn't help out that Metal Gear 5 has a lot of PT references.
You know, okay, like, you know what, like, PT meant, right? You know, like, why...
Yeah, I know it's a silent...
No, you know, like, why Kojima made that, right? Like, the secret shit in there?
Yeah.
Pig tits.
And he was like, he knew he was gonna get the axe, and that's why he made that game, and that's why he put Norman Reedus in it, so, like, to tease Death Stranding. And, you know, as much as you could say what you will about Death Stranding, but we all can agree it would have been a lot worse in the hands of Konami, alright?
Konami would have been like, hey, bro, you wanna pay for the premium motorbike?
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of glad. I'd rather have Death Stranding be like this Konami thing. I mean, like, I like the game, but that's because I'm the kind of guy who likes playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 for 70 hours. So
I don't understand you.
You're a complete masochist, dude. I don't know.
I'm not a masochist, dude. It's just something I just play games to chill out, and like Death Stranding is like that kind of game.
I can understand.
And you know,
but, like,
a lot of that game I spent I had like my phone next to me playing like Rick and Morty while I was playing that game. Like, it's not something you like really get into, and like you sit down like game. Like, it's something you just kind of like sit back.
I hate to imagine people like the completionists trying to touch the game Death Stranding. Like, if Persona 5 almost broke him, imagine Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is surprisingly easy to completion, because like the way I don't know if you guys have played the game, but the way the game works is like
walk, ride.
Yeah, but like
ride.
The thing is, like, there's like a giant map, right? And like you deliver packages between these different sort of settlements, right? And the more you deliver, the more points you get with this thing. And if you get like all the points, if you get a star on like your little outfit on like your leg. And basically there's like a secondary goal. It's like a completionist thing, where like you can get 100% on every single settlement and get like that whole star thing done, which sounds like hell even for me, because like the thing with Death Stranding is it's not just walking. You have to like avoid BTs and shit, and that's really fucking annoying.
Basically getting killed by ghosts.
Yeah, the ghosts get easier to manage throughout the game, and by the time you're done with the game, like the ghosts, like you can just walk up behind them and like stab them, and they're gone. They're not as threatening, but it's still annoying having to deal with that shit. And a lot of it, and it's not just like delivering packages. Like there's sometimes you'll talk to one guy and he's like, oh, go to this BT area and recover some shit for me. So like you got to deal with that. Those are the fun ones, because like the whole time you're just like maneuvering away from these things and like trying your hardest not to get caught, or like those are the fun ones. The not fun ones is when you're dealing. There's like several points throughout that game that like just made me want to like lose it, because like I did like one thing wrong and like it made me lose like hours of progress, because I just like I tripped down a mountain and I didn't realize I dropped the package. And like I got to my destination, I'm like, what? Why can't I deliver? Oh, so yeah, that I had to run all the way back to the start of the delivery to grab the package, and then run all the way back, and I basically had to do that delivery twice, which wasn't fun.
Oh jeez.
Honestly, like you said, like I'm glad for I'm glad that it's his own vision, but like I'll be honest, I can't bring myself to play that game despite me liking a lot of Kojima's stuff and respecting the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely a hit or miss kind of game.
Yeah, like I said, I feel bad for like Kojima a lot because of like the shit that he has to go, like he went through with.
I'm still actually Kojima's like his life's better than.
No, I know, but I felt bad for him like in his original stuff, because it was like like what was it? Like he got like he got axed with like a lot of fucking things in his with, like what he went through for like a lot of people didn't believe in him. His dad died at like a pretty young age, and like he had to pretty much support like for his mom. And to top it all off, like he literally dropped a lot of stuff in order to do it. And it was practically like it was like a hit or miss moment of either he gets the job or he doesn't. But like his mom really supported the shit out of him. And the thing was, he wanted to be a director. So like that's why like a lot of his games are super cinematic. It's because the dude wanted to make movies. Hell, there's like a bunch of movies that he made. I'm not sure if you can find them, but like he apparently made like a bunch of home movies with like friends from like school and stuff.
Yeah, I can definitely tell he has like roots in the
like
film
cinema,
industry.
because he's a massive cinema fan. The dude like
Oh yeah,
like,
he's got like he's got like Guillermo del Toro playing as a character in Death Stranding. He's got like
Norman Reedus. He had like a bunch of
Yeah.
Not to mention he had Guillermo del Toro working on like the story for Silent Hill.
yeah,
Or at least
dude.
what was gonna
Yeah.
be it.
Dude, dude, Guillermo del Toro working on a Silent Hill game would have made me come.
Look, honestly, I played like my experience with Silent Hill is like a little bit of 2, but that was mostly kind of shit didn't know that much. And then like playing 1, and 1 still shit like makes me fucking jump because like there's so much shit about that game that's really freaky. But like I think a game that perfectly captures my feeling towards 1 is Cry of Fear. I still remember a lot of things from Cry of Fear, and that game gives me the chills, man. That game freaks me the fuck out because like it freaks me out so much I don't even play it with like audio half the time. I'm that much of a fucking pussy with that game. That game freaks me out that much.
We need to play
think that makes it
multiplayer.
worse. I think that makes it worse playing it without audio, because then I start not noticing enemies that were behind me.
Oh man,
I need to stop doing that.
I'm currently playing Lost in Vivo, and I'm not like well versed in Silent Hill, but from what I've heard, Lost in Vivo is
It's a massive,
very
like a love letter to like the series.
Silent Hill, because like I noticed, like I've watched, even though I haven't played it, I've seen a lot of videos on Silent Hill, and like I noticed like some tactics, like mentioned like oh like we'll save your game one time and it says game data erased, and you're like oh my game data got erased, or like how there's a part where like you're going up an elevator and like the credits start rolling, but then like you start going back down and it starts like fucking with the credits. I'm like, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm like Lost in Vivo. I have to play that with somebody in a call with me. Like I need someone watching me do it, giving me emotional support, because I
Didn't
just
Doggy
fucking
help
cannot.
you out?
Like
Yeah, Doggy helped me out, and she
funny.
she wasn't that much of a help. She just screamed.
You know what's kind of funny about that? Because I actually like remember playing Cry of Fear in the call with you. I told you about that. Like it was a long time ago, but like I played Cry of Fear and like in the call, and you heard me scream that one time, right?
Yeah, I did.
I actually and here's the funny thing: I wasn't playing that game that night. It was like I think like the afternoon. It was like 3 in the fucking afternoon. No, like 3 or 4 in the fucking afternoon. And like I swear to God, I kept getting spooked. Like the beginning spooked the shit out of me so badly. I was actually about.
The only game that scares me is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Look, all I'm saying is that like beginning, like where you take the photos and stuff, and then the jump scare appears. I legit was about to deck the fuck out of my like my fucking screen. That actually got to me that badly.
Dude,
Resident?
are we on jump scares that really got to us? Because I have some stories with
That
that.
was one that got to me.
Okay, so I have two jump scares. One is short. One is really funny. Okay, so I was playing Lost in Vivo the other day with my boy Scott in call, and he was okay. So there's a part in the game where there's, typically with Lost in Vivo, there's enemies and you shoot them, right? But there's this one part with this monster called Sotiris, and basically this thing's sort of this weird Weeping Angel style thing, except not exactly. You turn around and he'll still be there. There's some weird mechanics with radiuses or whatever, but basically he will disappear and appear at whim wherever he wants. He can even clip through shit, and he can't catch you. Like so like you have to search for an eye in this area, and I hate this fucking part because you can't shoot him, you can't do anything. You just have to fucking deal with it. And I was like running down like this corridor, and he like spawned right in front of me, and as I was running, and like he immediately got me down, and I screamed like a bitch. at that point. I, I screamed like a fucking bitch because like I didn't see that shit. I was like in the middle of another conversation with Scott, like, talking about how fucking spooked I was. And this one is really funny because I was on an edible at the time, and yeah, so okay, so I was playing this like VN, like this visual novel game, and it was a horror, but it was really inconsistent with how it did the horror. Like
Is it
sometimes
the one about the dead Jap hotel
No.
or whatever?
No, this is a different one. I don't want to get into it, but like basically, it's really inconsistent, and it did like visual pop-ups and some routes that got me, but not like as bad as this one. I was playing the one route where I went after the pot character, and I felt okay, I'm going after stoner character, got to get fucked up, right? So like I took an edible before starting it, and I was doing the route, and of course this is the only route with audio jump scares. So like I'm like I have like volume cranked up, I'm like half asleep, high, and I'm like this like I'm resting my head on my hands, and this loud ass laugh just like abruptly starts, and I'm like throwing my headphones against the wall. And like I've never had a bad trip before this. I started having like a drug-induced anxiety attack. Like I had to turn off the game because I had to like hide under the blankets and shit. Like that shit got me so hard. I had to stop. Like it ruined my whole night. I had to like turn off the lights. I had to cry. I had to like go and cry under the blankets. I was so freaked out.
Out of everything you've told me you've ever done, dumbest shit you've ever fucking done.
That shit got me so bad, and that shit was bad. That was like last week. This wasn't like a long ago. This was like 4 days ago.
Bitch be on a lot of edibles, you know what I'm saying?
Like and like I told people in the like the games.
I swear.
I told people in the Dames Discord server, and they're like, "Why the fuck would you play this game high?" I'm like, "Look, it seemed like a logical choice at the time."
Look, you're retarded for playing Lost in Vivo High. That's like saying, "Hey, yo."
No, I wasn't playing Lost in Vivo High. I was playing a different game.
Playing
Well,
Japan.
playing that game high though still is like playing a game high still is kind of shitty because like especially if you're playing a horror game or better yet, I got a good example. Play that one part in Metal Gear Solid 2 high. I dare you.
Oh my god.
What part are you talking about?
You know what?
Do you mean the part where you're like tripping balls? Yeah,
the writing segment where you're naked and you're like basically sneaking around. You cannot literally get caught for shit.
Turn off the console. Turn off the console. Grab the scissors.
Dude, like I remember trying to play Skyrim high, and I couldn't even play it because I was. It was so like because I know it's like a meme with me playing Skyrim, but like it legitimately was something I wanted to do. So I was like sitting there, and I couldn't play it because I couldn't pick which quest to do. I was like, is this one closer or is this one which one is closer? I can't tell, and I just ended up just wandering around doing nothing.
Wow, what are you? Sorry if you guys can hear the gunshot.
Yeah, he's playing Half-Life.
I'm just booling.
Honestly, Tom is just retarded for playing Half-Life. Like, Jesus, dude. Nah,
I'm having fun.
I need to play Half-Life, dude. I need to seriously play fucking Half-Life to see what I'm doing.
Louis, me and you need to play Cry Fear multiplayer.
Yes. I tried getting that to work though. Didn't we try to do that one time and it just didn't?
I don't know.
Because like I know that game's finicky as fuck with its multiplayer. Like the one that I also need to play is Real Monsters. No, not Real Monsters. Like Scary Monsters or some shit like that. It was basically the
Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites by Skrillex.
Oh my god! Shut up!
Like
Shut your fucking mouth.
It was the original. It was the original like game that he worked on before us. Like I forgot what game, like Cry Fear, but like basically his first game he made some game that was originally a mod for like I think like Half-Life and which is also what Cry Fear is, but like it was just like a small thing that you play and I think it didn't even have that much of a story, but you played as some guy named David and you basically just went through killing a bunch of monsters and trying to reach it to the end, while like Cry Fear actually had a whole story. And I know that one of the endings is literally an Easter egg where like basically the guy who crashed into Simon was David from Scary Monsters.
Nice Sprites.
But because of that one little fucking interaction, a lot of people tend to draw those two together, like if they're in a relationship.
Uh-huh. Sorry I crippled
Sorry.
you. Let's shag in the bathroom, alright?
Yeah, it's like it's and the funny thing is like the funny thing is about that it's just like it's not even an interaction where they like David even talked. David was a mute the entire time. Simon wanted to kick his ass.
Yeah, Simon was
Shag in
really
the
fucking
bathroom.
pissed in that, and like,
Dude,
yo,
those-
hey, sorry I crippled you and crashed straight into you. Want a doggy style in the bathroom in 10?
Yeah, honestly, the fucking the endings though for Cry Fear legitimately freaked me out.
Shut up.
Sloppy in the Whole Foods bathroom in 15, right?
Hey, bro, you ever had Grinder? You ever heard of that? Meet me by the fucking Subway's bathrooms in a few minutes.
Ever heard of grinder? Yeah, I accidentally stick my dick in a meat grinder.
Yeah, it doesn't help out you crippled me, you dickhead.
I crippled myself. Oh hell yeah.
Like all I know is just like this whole fucking thing is stupid. Like yeah, like the whole shit between this two is like I get have fun, do whatever you want, but like that shit legitimately just kind of makes me sit there and think, how fucking like how does that work as like a relationship? You think to yourself, oh yeah, this guy fucking crippled me and proceeds to run away while I threaten to fucking basically kill him.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
totally shit material.
Remember, Sonic
people-
and Shadow are shipped, and they fucking hate each other.
And fucking purple
Used to.
guy was sexualized on the internet, dude. Fucking hero was.
I mean,
People-
I forgot who started the whole trend, but like, I know like a lot of many people like wanted to fuck the shit out of Purple Guy, you know, a child murderer.
Yeah,
Yo, I
I
would
really-
definitely fucking
dude. Listen,
murder
I have a very specific list
Children?
of characters that I would let fuck me, and that includes J.C. Denton and Caius Casadas from Morrowind. Alright,
Shut up.
like you wouldn't let him raw dog you in the bathroom. Like you wouldn't. Come on. If he
Who's
walked
the
into
dude
your
from
pants,
Far Cry 1,
if he walked into your room and pulled your pants down, you would coom all over him, and you know it.
Ashton Kutcher.
You would do it. We all would.
Hey, yo, put your hand up if you would fuck Ashton Kutcher.
You can't. Ashton Kutcher? No, fuck you. I hate Ashton Kutcher.
Dude,
I've
he was
never
hot
s-
in
I've
old
never seen him
movies.
in anything good though. I have never seen him in
Yeah.
a single good film. or
I,
TV show.
I agree with you there. You do have to admit though, he was
Look,
like
that
when he
70s
was
show,
younger.
I digged him in that 70s show, alright? I'm probably gonna get like mocked at by like the entirety of like everybody.
I always forget that show exists.
I never watched that show. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Stoner.
I know, but like I've
Never
seen him in.
that.
I just saw him in 2.5 Men and like looked up all the shit he's in, and then like aside from 70 show, like what the fuck is he in? Like
Honestly, it's just a lot of it's just kind of like honestly, I have no problem with like Ashton Kutcher. I just think that you know, like he hasn't really done much to really drive a point of him being something that's like extremely relevant.
yeah, I've never seen him. I never like saw him in a good, like a legitimately good role. Like,
I can
like
agree with you there.
like you see like and I'm not saying it's not possible. I mean, look at Robert Pattinson. He went from like that guy from Twilight to like a legitimately respected actor in like 2 years.
Or fucking James Franco.
Yeah, man. Like,
He made The Disaster Artist, and that movie fucking slaps.
I mean, I want to watch that shit so badly. I remember when the first
It's on
trailers came
Netflix,
out.
I thought.
Like, I
It's
remember
not
when the
seen
first
it.
trailers came out of that shit, and I actually legitimately wanted to fucking like watch the fucking shit out of that movie. I mean, I like
It's good.
the room itself, but like, I actually like heard some stories about like the guy who made it. I forgot,
Tommy
Mark,
Wiseau.
Mark was like apparently he actually
It's
hinted at the
hysterical.
movie years before like the movie came out. Like there was okay, so you guys know about Tom Fulp, right?
No.
Okay,
Yes.
let's say for you, Miles, you know Newgrounds, right?
Yeah.
He's the creator of Newgrounds. He
Oh.
and his friend Jeff, they made a room game,
My
forgot what was it.
childhood.
but like they basically made a game about the room. And the funny thing is that I think around the time.
Oh yeah, they
Disaster
made like
Artist-
that 16-bit the Room game, right?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the thing
yeah,
was,
it was a
like,
good game actually.
yeah, like Mark actually acknowledged that. I think it was after like the Disaster Artist like the book came out.
Yeah.
They like he acknowledged that, and he invited Tom Fulp over to like meet him, and like Tom like brought over Jeff. Like this is Jeff was explaining this story, but like basically he explained that or for those who don't know, he's Johnny Utah. He's like an animator, voice actor for like a lot of stuff at Newgrounds. He basically like rolled up in there, and like Mark like had a whole conversation with Tom Fulp. With Jeff pretty
Greg,
much
his
fell
name's
left.
Greg.
Oh, sorry, Greg. You know, I call him Mark because I barely knew the fucking dude's like name, and also
Well, I only know him as Greg now. 'Cause I watched the movie, so I know him as.
Yeah, well,
Daryl.
Greg basically had like a whole conversation with like Tom, while like Jeff just kind of sat there and was just like, yeah, okay, well, what about me? Like, you know, not even a case of like, oh, like, what about me? And like, no, it's just more like, yeah, well, I exist. And like the thing was like, it was pretty obvious that like, you know, Greg gave a shit more about Tom than he did about Jeff, but like the thing was is that he actually like on that day he actually told them about the movie that was in the works. So the Disaster Artist, the movie was in the works for like a long time, dude.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of funny to think about. That like we technically did get a fucking like only one guy knew about the movie being made before like anybody else did. That it wasn't working for the production.
Guy.
But it's a funny story, and this all came from because they give me a minute. Holy shit, it's late.
This reminds me of the time Louis coughed for an entire podcast.
Shut up.
You did.
Yeah, because like
Okay.
I have like bad fits. Yeah, that's weird. I cough like crazy whenever I laugh hard or I do anything. It's just like I
No, you
swear
just-
I'm
you
general
just-
rapist when I do that shit.
You just had a
Tuberculosis.
cold.
But like but yeah, it's funny as all this shit came from just because two guys worked on a fan-made game.
Oh, Louis.
Yeah.
Louis, you should put this on Damn We've Been Detected.
I mean, it's the closest thing we got to like uploading a new
'Cause, like,
game.
Because, like, this could be the talk show shit that you're doing.
Oh, yeah,
This could be like a side. Yeah,
the after hour stuff, yeah.
yeah, bro.
But like basically, like to put it frankly, like I don't know, man. Life is full of strange things.
Is that your
I watched
catchphrase?
Batman with Jack
Oh, no.
Nicholson today. I
What did you say?
watched Batman with Jack Nicholson today. I love.
Oh, the Michael Keaton
It's
films?
so cheap.
Sorry, I'm correct. The Tim Burton films,
Sir.
dude. Fucking Jack Nicholson's Joker is my favorite.
Jack
I like
Nicholson
Heath
was the
Ledger a
Joker.
little more.
Obviously, a little Heath Ledger is gonna take the fucking cake because it's fucking Heath Ledger. But like the thing is, like, I like Jack Nicholson's Joker because he's just he was a wise ass, but he was also like that cool gangster Joker, something that Jared Leto wanted to be.
Okay, Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, nigga.
Man,
God, I'm
I
gonna get fucking-
hate you.
I'm gonna get canceled because of what I just said right now. Shit.
Joaquin.
You're Mexican. You can say it.
Oh god, I said that video. Shit. But like but the thing is like Joaquin Phoenix. He like
He's
he was a pretty good
batshit
Joker.
crazy in real life.
He's a really good Joker, dude. You heard about what he did though at the end of the like after he got his award, right?
Yeah.
What'd he do?
He just went to go get a vegan burger and just
You
chill.
ever-
He got arrested.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You ever see Joaquin Phoenix in that movie called The Master?
Oh, no.
I have.
I love the
Okay,
cinematography.
I need to ask you guys: have you guys
Can't believe-
seen No Country for Old Men?
I'm
Yes.
reading the book before I watch the movie. I love Cormac McCarthy.
I watched the movie. That movie is really fucking good, dude. But it's depressing as shit.
Well, yeah, it's Cormac McCarthy, the guy who wrote and directed, the guy who wrote The Road, man.
Yeah,
I love The Road.
Yeah, but like that, I watched that movie and I was just like, dude, this is a good western, technically speaking.
What which is more depressing, No Country for Old Men or The Road?
I haven't seen or heard shit about The Road that much, so like don't.
The Road
I'd
is
say The Road.
someone uploaded The Road on YouTube. You can watch the whole movie like for free at any.
I would say The Road.
It's like
more depressing.
it's my favorite apocalypse thing ever. I've read the book like twice, and I've watched the movie like 3 times. That movie is what got me into movies. It's like that's like when I actually really started giving a shit.
Like honestly, like that whole shit though of No Country for Old Men. That film is fucking like that movie actually like kept me entertained for like I think 2 hours that I had to wait to get picked. Like the day I watched it was the day MK11 came out, and I remember watching like outside in the cold. But I was just like chilling and looking at this shit. And I was like, holy fuck, this movie's good. It's like actually entertained me for like those hours on end. Like I watched that movie until like the end.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's really entertaining and like I said, it ends on a really depressing note.
I need to sit down and read that shit. I haven't really been reading anything.
Bruh.
Dude, I got the Bioshock book because I love Bioshock, but I can't fucking read because I'm a spastic little shit.
There's a Bioshock book?
Yeah, it's called Rapture.
I should play Bioshock.
It's
Never played it.
This is the interesting aspect of Miles. It basically takes place like years before it's basically like Buried at Sea, but before Buried at Sea.
How old is it? Like, was this a recent development?
Like I think it came out like I think when 2 was out, or I think after like a year or 2 after 1.
It's like, weird. The Bioshock games were weird, not just like for obvious reasons, but like it was odd how like the first game was really really good, and then the second game like I don't know, it was
they just kind of slapped them one together though, but they really
and then Infinite hit with that really stupid ending and then they got like the DLC where you can play in Rapture, which is like better than the fucking game itself.
The entirety of Infinite.
Yeah, like all I wanted to do was play the fucking Rapture game, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in Rapture! Wow, awesome! I get to see it when it's not in ruins. Cool."
Because it's a cool concept. That's the whole point of the book, though. The book is literally just Buried at Sea, but from different perspectives of different people. Like, I remember that guy who talks about the pipes in the first game. That's like, oh, the pipes burst, they like you'll freeze and stuff like that. It actually like the book begins with his point of view.
I think game books are a lot better than people give them credit for.
Oh, because the thing is, a lot of them keep the original writers.
Fortnite books.
They keep the original Fuck you, Tom. But like they keep the original writers of the original books. So because of that, the books end up becoming like actually entertaining because you get to see a different piece of media from the original thing that wasn't just sitting down and playing the game to go to that.
I think
like the full experience, and I want to listen to the audiobook, but I have Amazon Prime, and I want to listen to Audible, but Amazon Prime is being a bitch.
I think the only game I've played where the book is better than the actual game, in terms of story, is the Metro series. I can't speak for Exodus because I haven't played Exodus, but Last Light.
Books first, though. That's why.
Yeah, like 2030. But like, here's the thing: I've heard people say the Witcher books were better. I've heard people say but the story in 2033 and Last Light were kind of, Like, I mean, the gameplay in those games were awesome, but like the stories, Artyom really didn't have a character. He was just kind of nobody. But then, like, you're reading the books and he like has a character. He has like legitimate motivations. Like in 2033, like. It's just kind of like, oh, he kind of wants to just go find Hunter just because he said to do it. But like in 2033, in the book, it's implied that like he has reasons beyond that, like because he feels like he caused the Dark Ones to be there because he went to the surface as a kid. So he feels like he attracted them and that he has like some sort of personal responsibility to stop these Dark Ones. I just felt like the book had a lot more stuff going on with it, and like it was a lot more interesting to read than it was to like.
Are the Metro games fucking like? Do they have horror elements? Because I know like with the concept of the apocalypse and all that, they would be some good
certain parts. I'm just trying to think of specifics. There are parts that are like shoot-a-thons, and then there are parts Then there are parts where like the mutants; those can be pretty freaky if they're done right. Like, it's hard to tell. They're not like it's really. It's kind of hard to say. I don't think it's explicit. It's not like horror traditionally, but maybe in Exodus. Again, I haven't played Exodus, so I can't really speak to that.
Yeah, because like I keep hearing like about the Metro games, and I'm just kind of like thinking I should try these out, but I'm not sure if like I feel like I'm gonna be like jumping in way too early or way too late in these games.
No, 2033 is fun to play. I know I talk shit about the story, but like the gameplay itself is really fun. It's challenging, but it's
like
really
Fallout
fun.
4, right? Like where like
No.
where the gameplay is like better, but like the gameplay is better than the story itself.
Yeah, but like the story is all right still. Like the story isn't awful, but like compared to the books, it's like kind of like a shell. But like the gameplay is pretty fucking good, and I would say get the Redux because it's just a hell of a lot better. And
I know Switch uploaded the fucking Metro games on the Switch. I can't imagine playing a fucking first-person shooter like that on the Switch. I can like probably play Doom, but that's about it.
Dude, I beat that game while high. 2033, I beat that shit while fucked up.
Yeah, nice job. Now you're gonna be fucking thinking about them bitches while you're having a sleep paralysis.
I just thought like it was cool as shit that I beat it while high. I mean, this was like my first time doing it when I like got high as shit and ate pizza in the public library and got kicked out. And then I went home and then beat Metro 2033 and fell asleep.
I thought you were about to say beat my meat.
Fucking public library.
Okay. Do you want me to tell the story because it's kind of funny?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm
Go
about to
for
wrap
it.
this whole recording shit up, man.
Okay. Final story. So this is the first time I've ever gotten like fucked up. So me and my friend Craig, he said he had like a football player friend that like sold the shit. So
Yeah,
he's like bring $10, and he said he'll meet us tomorrow morning. So we go over there, wait there an hour, and then he picks us up. I hand him money, he hands me a bag, and then we get it, and we're like, cool, but and then immediately after, like, wait a minute, how do we do this? Like, we have it, but how do we use it? So he calls up his friend Kyle. We bike over to his friend.
Fucking Kyle. In
We've-
Florida as well.
No, he's not a Kyle. This guy, the Kyle is a skinny.
Kyle's prestige.
This Kyle's a skinny black kid with like a do rag on. Like he's
Mhm.
not. He's not the Kyle you're thinking. But anyway, we bike all the way over to his house. We walk over to this place in the rec center. I live near like a rec center, right? Hop a fence into the rec. We go to this place called the Wall, which is like this. There's at the end of the baseball field is like this fence and this big like cinder block wall, because like there's like a drop off into like the marshes. So we go under the wall. We go like past the fence under the wall where like the grass is. And then we smoke that shit with notebook paper. We stumble all the way over to the library, and then I hand Craig $5 and say, "Listen, I'm gonna get really hungry. Please go to Little Caesars." And he goes out because I was playing Papa's Pizzeria at the library, and then he came back with pizza, and then we got told we couldn't eat pizza, and then we're like, "Oh shit, okay." And then Kyle's mom or something showed up, and she completely knew, or like one of Kyle's friends. I don't know. I was out of it, and then I went home and beat Metro 20 and ate cinnamon buns. That was cool. But yeah, don't smoke that shit with notebook paper. That's bad for you.
Yeah, the notebook paper's more dangerous than.
Listen. At that point, we just wanted. We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, now we have a. Now we know what we're doing, but like back then it was
How do
like,
you smoke your shit.
how do I? Okay, so we have a friend Elijah, and he's like really well versed in it, and like he gives us like this little like metal cylinder thing, and
Mhm.
basically you get a water bottle, right, and like you get a lighter and burn 2 small holes at the bottom of it, and then
Are you talking about making a homemade bomb?
Yeah, like, and then you burn a hole in the cap where you stick the thing in, so you can put the stuff in it and like light it. So then when the smoke starts coming in, and you put it in a pitcher of water and fill it up, and then you lift it up, and then the smoke.
That's just a homemade bong.
Yeah, and then we just take hits out of that. It was fucking up last night because Craig didn't know what he was doing, but we still got there. It's
Bro, I
cool.
like using real bongs.
Yeah, he said he's gonna invest in a real one, and I told him to get a Scooby Doo one.
Oh, what's this Scooby Doo? Coming after you.
You guys
His-
are
Gonna
fucking
solve the
just so
mystery.
Dude, because like I remember seeing a Scooby Doo bong in Gatlinburg. There was like this weed shop in Gatlinburg. They didn't sell it, but they sold like accessories, and there was a Scooby Doo bong, and I thought it was the coolest shit, even though I was a kid and didn't smoke weed. I just thought it was the coolest fucking shit in the world.
Fuck, how do I break this brick wall?
And then I bought a Skyrim puzzle. I know that's like a joke, but I
So
actually
you break a brick wall. You break it down with a crowbar and with 2 or 3 swipes. Cause
That's impossible, bro.
look, all I know is I'm half asleep and I'm recording this on like 3% of a fucking brain power. Oh my god, this is just actually cool. I should really do more of these type of recordings, dude.
I would
Oh,
be
yeah.
down. I would be down because I'm talkative right now because I drank a coffee after dinner, so I'm like here kind of.
Yeah. For me, I'm just kind of like awake.
This could
'cause,
be
like,
our own sub-series.
Yeah, I might just call this like fucking. I just call this potheads. This is pothead talk. We just talk
I'm
about
not.
shit.
I'm not even a pod.
Nah, I'll think of a name eventually, but like I think by the time I upload this, I'll
Crackheads.
No, fuck you. This I'm not talking about like how the
Because I'm
government took our baby or some shit like that.
because
Anime.
Tom doesn't smoke weed, and I don't think you do either.
I
Well,
do not.
I used
do not
to.
partake in the
Miles,
devil's
I
lettuce.
used
Okay?
to.
Thank you very
So,
much.
Really, if you were to name it potheads, there'd really be only one pothead, and that'd be me. And I don't even do it enough.
Look,
No, it
let's,
would-
let's just call it for what it is. Shower thoughts.
No, because
Um,
then people are gonna look us up thinking we're like a Reddit channel, and
Oh god.
Let's call it
no.
Golden Shower.
Great. They're gonna think that we hate Fortnite and that we like Minecraft more.
Fortnite bad.
Minecraft good. Now please laugh at my Doge meme.
wow, you
Okay,
Right.
Miles. Just to get this out the way, the show would be called Pothead, one former pothead, and Grand Muggle.
Pothead, ex-Pothead, and Louie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Louis. I had to make a joke.
Go fuck yourself, you bitch ass.